I didn't think I would come back to make a video on this individual, but this is a serious thing to talk about. This could be the saddest video that I ever make. For those of you that don't know, an internet pioneer by the name of Terry A. Davis apparently died on August 30th, 2018. We don't know the whole story and how Terry passed away, but over the years, you could see that his mental health was deteriorating. Sure, Terry was very entertaining in his own right to a point where I started laughing. Make no mistake, the summer of 2018 was pretty crappy, not just for me, but for a lot of people. But Terry A. Davis did something innovative back in the 2000s that ultimately led to Temple OS. Without Mr. Medicker's Internet Insanity episode on Terry A. Davis, we would not have discovered the brilliance of the man that inspired a generation that wanted to interact with God. It's not exactly foolproof to communicate to the Lord and Savior Jesus, but it was one step toward getting moral support. The poor souls of this country were amazed by Temple OS. While Mr. Medicker went in depth on Terry A. Davis's mental health, I tried to talk about the positives of Terry on an episode of Internet Pioneers. The episode actually got the attention of Terry to a point where he made this hilarious comment. I mean, yes, we laughed it up when he talked about the CIA, the Illuminati, and his love for Diana. But when we look at the terrible times like Terry's confrontation with his parents, him living in a van, getting arrested, had bailed out thanks to 8chan posting bail, and moving to Oregon, that should have been a red flag right there. Terry was homeless, struggling to make something of himself. After a while, he was forced to seek help. He seemed to be all right after he got out of the mental ward, but something wasn't right. Make no mistake, Terry A. Davis did have some problems while we did laugh it up. But we also realized that Terry's mental state is an obvious cry for help. It's unclear as to how exactly Terry A. Davis acquired schizophrenia, but my conjecture is that he worked too hard in the heat, ate a poor diet in his youth, and worked mercilessly to start his life. He had the potential to be a major success whether he was in Arizona, Texas, California, the Midwestern states, or Yankee territory. No matter how motivated you are, sometimes life throws a curveball at you, and sometimes that curveball will stick with you for life. That's terrible. Let's not downplay a legitimate mental illness like schizophrenia. There's so many things that people can conjecture that the only logical conclusion would come from the coroner when its cause of death is released. For those that have relatives struggling with schizophrenia, try to help them channel their split personalities so they can focus on having a better life. Even though Terry never married nor had children of his own, what he left behind with Temple OS will never be forgotten. 4chan, 8chan, Encyclopedia Dramatica, and a username The Temple will keep Terry's legacy going forever. In the meantime, we must figure out how to combat mental illness because this is getting out of control. To the family of Terry A. Davis, my condolences go out to you. Terry A. Davis may have struggled with schizophrenia for 20 plus years, but he left behind an amazing program that is getting talked about. Heck, this program may draw Mr. Medical close to God as well. But this is a pretty sad time for all of us here. This is perhaps the saddest moment I've seen since the death of Emmer Prevost last year. No one has gotten over the death of Emmer. And now with Terry recently departing from this world at a time where we need hope, comfort, and joy, it's going to be hard to move on from this. No, I'm not doing this video for views. Genuinely sad that Terry is gone. Normally I do not cry, but Terry took crap from no one and told the truth. The truth about our government being crooks and scumbags. Rest in peace, Terry A. Davis. If you're up there dwelling with Jesus, it gives us hope that we can join you up there if we ask Jesus to live within our hearts. Ask Jesus to save us from a devil's hell and bring us the joy that we long for. We will see you again, Terry. I'll never forget you, Terry. Thank you for Temple OS. God rest your soul, man.